no, oh, really now? Oh, okay. All right. Let's see. This is Feinstein, Larry Feinstein, of Foster and Feinstein. And I don't know if it happened. I think it must have happened, and it would be before a lot of your time, like Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis, Abbott and Costello. I'm trying to think of legendary pairings, but I'm positive during the course of their time together, like Dean Martin couldn't sing, man, are the chickens making noise, but Jerry Lewis went on. So, that's where we are, and everything is fine, and nothing that I need to lie about. If Foster wants to tell you next week why he wasn't here this week, that's cool. I'm not going to bring it up because that's not what friends do. And it's not a big deal, I swear to God. The big deal is it's me doing half of F and F. So I'm like an F. You know what I mean? I'm not even F. I'm fucking an F. So what I'm going to do, and needless to say, it's not politically correct. Yo, 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 this is your boy, Feinstein. So that's how we begin the show. I don't know, we have and I'll keep doing we have a guest, and he'll be getting here in a while, and it'll just be, he and I talking, which will be, I'm cool with that. I got no problem. And there's so much that you could talk about, and some of it's funny, some of it's not funny, and probably the best way to look at almost everything that's going on is with a sense of humor, because I gather news for my podcast, which I do once a week, and I do it with Foster. He records it, and I do it here. And I'm not like manic into the news, but I pick stuff out that I figured, wow, I want to talk about this. And for better or worse, most of the stuff that I feel inclined that I want to talk about are kind of these, they're kind of like these warnings, whether it relates to, the climate or how much money the rich people. Oh, I got to tell you this. This is too terrific. Jeff Bezos is having the construction is being completed on his $500 million yacht. Okay, the delivery is soon. In case any of you were worried, you were invited, and you may not happen. So I'm not sure exactly where it's being manufactured because I didn't want to get that deep in the story. But what caught my eye, and it's still unfolding, he was actually going to pay the city of Rotterdam to take down a bridge so that his yacht could fit under it. I swear to God. So, I could do it two ways. I could say, that is so incredibly ridiculous and funny, which it is, but then at the same time, here's a guy with a $500 million yacht that's going to dismantle a municipal bridge and then put it back simply so he could go underneath. And so much of the world that I look at on a regular basis, puts me into that place of like, what? Are you kidding me? And it doesn't matter what's involved. My big thing is I'm really big on the whole global warming issue, and feel at the same time kind of stupid about it, because I drive. I will bring home stuff that's in plastic, and any number of things, and so. I do in my podcast. I do talk about it, and I'm really critical of where we are in so many different areas. Then and I wonder then on the other side, what am I doing? And it's interesting, and I'm sure a lot of a lot of us who really care about what's going on often wonder about what the hell are we gonna, what can I do? You know, recycling plastic, are you kidding me? The numbers are so monumentally large in terms of these issues of climate. It's almost like, okay, so it makes you feel good. You're not doing anything to really make a difference. So it's really, it's very challenging. What I try and do, and I especially do it when we do the show, I always like to have humor. Because if you don't think almost all of the stuff that's going on is funny in some ways in a bizarre kind of way, then you're crazy. So I think about that a lot. I love to bring it up when we talk, and depending upon how this goes, maybe you'll have like a spin-off, because they had like Yellowstone, and then they got 1883. So maybe we'll have a Foster show and a Feinstein show, and a Foster and Feinstein show. Anyway, I'm looking forward to our guest arriving. I have a feeling it'll be an interesting conversation, and while we wait for him, you don't have to do a fucking thing, because we'll be back in a blink. Cool. As I had said for you like seconds ago, and for me maybe a half hour ago, we'll be right back. So it's still Feinstein, and now we're doing something that we didn't start doing all that long ago. We have a guest. So you should tell everybody who you are, because you know yourself better than I do.
I suppose that's true. My name is Sam Kelly. I am a high school teacher at Kapa'a High School, and I teach history, economics, government, social studies, all that jazz. So when I was coming here, they told me to come up with a topic, and in my classes right now, we're talking about wealth inequality, and I was like, ooh, that's going to be super, good. I had some notes prepped for it, and then I was like, you know what, that's going to be longer than a 20-minute interview.
Well, okay. I mean, I would have. It's one of my favorites, so yeah. I would have had fun talking.
Cool.
About
we can definitely talk about that.
Sorry. So what's so Plan B?
Plan B is today I sold one of my NFTs.
Oh my. Okay.
And I thought it might be a good topic of conversation. Something that I think has a lot of misconceptions around, and something that is new and maybe not people don't know a whole lot about. So I thought we could give that a try.
Are you relatively knowledgeable?
I am learning.
Okay. What frequently happens in the show with Foster and myself is that we get into this time warp. So that there are things that are contemporary to him that are not, in a way, I mean, I'm here,
that makes
but
sense.
You know what I mean? So, so we have a lot of fun, because I end up kind of almost being like an interpreter, and they're saying, oh, well, what do you mean by that? So for people who are, who don't know what the fucking NFT is,
absolutely.
Okay. So it's a fine conversation to have, and I would be the one that would be the cliff notes.
That's perfect.
I can do cliff notes.
I think especially other people in your age group are especially, uninformed about NFTs and
No, which by the way, which means in this dynamic, in a sense, I'm speaking on behalf of those people.
Absolutely.
Which means, just in general, what follows is kind of an explanation that will make sense to lots of people.
Perfect.
Right?
I love it. I love it. That's great.
So what the fuck is? It's a non-fungible
token.
Token.
Non-fungible token.
Okay.
And basically, what that means is that it can't be recreated. All right. It's got a special code in it that identifies it as itself.
Is this electronic or physical?
It's an electronic. All right. This is all digital.
Okay, so if I have an NFT of a sunset,
sure,
right? Yeah. It's really the NFT that's living in that magical world because I could print it, right?
Yep.
And it's not an NFT.
Yeah.
It's not worth shit,
Yeah. Absolutely.
right? Okay. Thank you.
Yep.
All right.
I like to think of NFTs, if we look at cryptocurrency as a digital currency, NFTs are digital assets, right? Some of the most popular NFTs right now are real estate NFTs, right? Where you, in the digital universe, and if I had my computer, I could show you what that looks like.
Yeah.
The metaverse, so to
Yeah,
speak.
yeah.
Right? You can buy real estate, you can buy property that will make you money, that can make you money.
And it's not really property.
It's
not real estate. It's not land.
It is land
Like
within
Monopoly.
a virtual universe.
Yeah, like Monopoly. I own Park Place.
Yes.
I mean, in a way.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's assume like you're in a universe. I don't know if have you played much experience with video games?
No, and that's a whole separate conversation. There was somebody that I really want to get him to come out because the whole video game, and then we should get back, but it's what I do normally.
No worries.
What most people who aren't into video games don't understand, it is a multi-billion-dollar industry that dwarfs so much of the entire entertainment world. It is unbelievable.
Absolutely.
And it's also part of this whole new meta business.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, back
So
to
in the metaverses that we have now, you get a character. You're in a third-person view of this character, and you're exploring a world.
What does being in a third-person view mean?
Means that the camera is looking outside of your character, so you can see your actual avatar, if you will.
So it's as if you're looking?
That would be first person, right?
Yes.
Third person is the camera is outside of the person,
Right.
looking down on them.
Okay.
Almost like you're like a bird following this character around.
It's watching me do what I'm doing.
Yes.
Okay, yeah,
precisely.
cool. Okay, yeah.
So in one of the worlds that I've visited now, a big piece of real estate that's gone up is a casino. And in this casino, people go and they can play blackjack and they can play with slot machines, and they bet cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin or Ethereum.
Yeah.
And they can make money or they can lose money, and the house obviously wins more than the people.
Sure. By the house always would
Yeah,
don't give a
exactly.
fuck. Or there's no house.
Yeah, exactly.
So-
Exactly. So the person who owns this casino is
Right.
making money
Oh
from
my
owning this
God.
piece of real estate.
Really?
People show up when they're digital little avatars from all over the world into this casino, and everyone's playing.
So to go to like a virtual Vegas.
Yes, precisely.
And you're dealing with a currency that fits that meta universe. And so it's
Yeah.
not like dollars, it's like, no man, it's
It's
the
a
bit
digital
guys. It's the
currency,
bit
exactly. It's the Bitcoin, absolutely.
What a trip.
So now, if you owned a piece of real estate next to this casino, and this is what one of the cool things I've actually seen in the metaverse
Right.
so far, is someone had owned this piece of property next to the casino. They lucked out, or maybe they bought it right after the casino went up. But a lot of people are going to this casino.
Okay,
Right.
yeah.
So all of these pieces of land around the casino have now increased in value.
Sure. No, as they would in the
real world.
Such as it is. Yeah.
So one character has built what I like. It seems to be an art gallery, and he has his art, which he has digitized into a form of an NFT. So you can buy the digital version of the art. There is a QR code posted where you can go to his physical store and buy physical prints of his art. So basically, what he's created is a storefront for his.
I know.
his artwork.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Now, can anybody open up a casino?
Pretty much. I mean, you need to have the programming skills, the kind of the wherewithal to know how to program that, how to make it effective, how to, you know what I mean, not glitchy. Make it where if no one's winning at all, then no one's gonna go. But if make it so that they're winning, but you're still making money, that's all different programming code.
Yeah, and I think it has to be relatively complicated code. Right? I mean,
yes,
right?
definitely.
I mean, like
Absolutely.
really sophisticated.
Casino would be
Right?
pretty sophisticated coding.
Because I own the NFT piece of land next to the casino. Well, nobody else can own it. Somebody else comes and says he owns it. Then there's a real flaw.
Right.
So it's the integrity that's also has to be maintained,
Absolutely.
right?
Well, yeah, certainly, definitely. But the NFT, that's what pretty much what it does is pretty much guarantees, because there's no other thing. It's non-fungible. You can't fake it.
It's an interesting pill to swallow. I got it, and I could see if I were around a lot of people like my age, which I try and avoid, there would be a lot of choking, because it's a world that's completely unfamiliar to people who've spent decades in a certain brick and mortar way of engaging the world. So all of a sudden, what do you mean it's money? Where's the fucking money? You got it in your pocket?
I mean, but our currency hasn't really existed as physical money for a long time.
No, but that's not what most, and I'm not doing this like, oh, I know, but I swear to God, even really bright people and stuff, they don't necessarily understand our currency. Like, what is a dollar actually? What is it? Is there some place you can go and get a dollar's worth of what?
Well, I mean, if you look at our,
it was gold,
right? Certainly,
long time ago. So it's not. What
and
is it?
Ever since we've got rid of the gold standard, our bit money's been fake.
Yeah,
right? It's just a little bit of ink and paper with a dead guy's face on it. What gives the dollar its value is that little note in the corner that says, "This
Not in
is
God we trust."
Legal tender, right? For all debts, public and private. That means that the government is guaranteeing that your dollar is worth something for a debt, public and private, right? But that's it. That's just that little promise, that little guarantee. Other than that, it's completely fake, right? It's completely.
So now, in the era of like Joe Rogan and stuff, so this last thing that you said is like not. We have a vaccine. We don't have a vaccine. That phrase actually makes money real, if you will. Yeah. So is that really true?
It makes our dollar have the value that we all agree has.
Okay,
value,
so if this was a question in the class and you answered it that way, you would have gotten it right, because that's a fact.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
no, I'm not busting your butt, but
it'd be a tough question if you ask someone, where does money get its value? Because
but that phrase is, if that phrase is kind of like the, whatever you want to call it, the similar to the right to bear arms. It becomes literally interpreted. So is it that phrase really the cornerstone of what gives the dollar its value?
It was, at least for a very, very long time. Today, now, because like I said, most of our even U.S. dollar isn't physical.
No, I know.
Right? It's just numbers in a computer, and that's all cryptocurrency is, right? It's just numbers in a computer. But this is not owned by any financial institution or controlled by any government, right?
Yeah. It's.
I could see Joe Rogan really, really liking the cryptocurrency.
Oh, I know what I watch pieces and I always get into it with Foster, but I'm like, especially recently, it's like, I don't. All right, that's another which can in my world. What you're pulling your music, like Neil Young, and pulling out of Spotify because of him. And it's like, I mean. You make it, by even doing that, you're even making it more important than it really needs to be. It's Absolutely. A guy on fucking Spotify.
Absolutely.
He's really good at what he does.
I mean, anytime you try to censor something, it's not going to have the effects you want. You know what I'm saying?
If ever you're looking at at television and stuff, it's like if you're thinking that you're listening to the oracle of truth, then it's your problem. And so it's a complete departure, but still it seems like it's all part of the same. The music, he's pulling his music from Spotify. What is Spotify? His music was in the store at Spotify?
It's just, yeah, right, exactly. Yeah.
It's a meta world. And speaking of meta world, holy shit, and Foster just told me, I watched a little bit of Facebook, took a major like nosedive.
Yeah. Well, I mean, stocks are going to be stocks, but I think with the metaverse, the real,
that's why I brought it up. It's in
the real, I guess, draw for the metaverse is that it's independent. That you are not under anyone's thumb there. You know what I mean? The real metaverse isn't going to be any of the ones that we have so far. Not Decentraland or Sandbox, and certainly not one owned by Facebook, right? The real draw of the metaverse is that it is somewhere that you can be completely free, completely independent.
We've in Foster trying to explaining. It started out with cryptocurrency, and explaining it to me, it's like, oh wow, no, and I had this moment where, oh, I understand that it's really it's in terms of meta or whatever. It's really its own universe.
Yes, absolutely.
And you have to think like a member of that universe for it to make sense.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Yeah, absolutely.
You know?
So let me tell you, that's real estate is just one iteration of an NFT.
Right.
So let's talk about what most is common as NFTs is the art.
Right.
Right? That's what most people think. It's a piece of art, a profile picture that you can buy. That you will own. It's owning, but someone can take a screenshot of that and make it their profile picture, right?
Right.
So, but it's like, even though that's not real, everyone just assumes, well, that's what it is. It's about the art, but it's not. It's really about the utility. There is utility behind these assets. So
again, a little more.
Yeah, this is going to be
explain utility.
I just explained it to 10th graders, so I hope it'll.
We'll
I
see.
hope I did a good job. Exactly.
We'll see. Oh yeah, I don't. Yeah, I can.
So, we can look at the most popular NFT right now is called Bored Ape Yacht Club. Everyone, this is the most common one. And for most people, it's just a bunch of picture of monkeys, apes, that have different costumes on. And you pick one that you like, and it's a collection of 10,000 of them. And that's it, right? And then for some reason, though, these are selling. The floor price right now is 100 Ethereum. Ethereum right now is $2,900. So that's about $300,000, right? For this picture.
There are 10,000 iterations of this.
And within that 10,000, there are different levels of rarity and commonality. So some of the traits, like you might have a specific hat on your ape, and that can make it really, really rare or just kind of common. And the rare ones are more valuable. The common ones.
Who does it? Who makes it that way? Who's God? Who's God?
So there's an artist within this community, and they basically program it so that they have like a base picture.
Right.
And then each picture will have a random the computer randomizes what traits you get when you mint. So when you mint, you are creating, and you pay a price for that. Most people, I think, paid 0.1 Ethereum, and now it's worth 100 Ethereum.
And when you press it, you don't know what you're getting.
And no one knows. And you might get something that's super rare, and if it's super rare, it's very, very, very valuable. And we'll talk about that in a second. But right now, I want to tell you why Bored Ape is as valuable.
Yeah, sure.
It's because the Bored Apes are really a ticket. It's not just a picture, it's a ticket to get access to this club, to a very exclusive club, which only has 10,000 members. Well, at the most, 10,000 members.
So, and being a member of this club entitles you to what, beyond saying you're a member of this club?
For the most part, what it did initially was got you access to these parties aboard different yachts.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
To these really hyper-exclusive parties. And into this club, this great community of people who all kind of have the same ideas and just get to meet new people. And this is why so many celebrities have started to buy the Bored Ape Yacht Club NFT.
And because it's yacht, so so they actually follow through thematically to the
Yes.
universe.
Yes.
Holy crap!
And now because it's blown up, there's different events, many different parties that are very exclusive that celebrities are going to, right?
So who's making the bread on this?
Well, this is the best part. I mean, everyone is. There is the people who created the Bored Ape Yacht Club.
Right.
Will probably they're obviously the big winners. They probably get 8 to 10% royalty. So anytime one of these NFTs is bought and sold, they get a certain percentage of that purchase that goes to them. Now, as a community member, as owning one of these NFTs, in some of the NFT communities, that gives you access to be able to actually vote as a member of the board, basically, and decide how that money is going to get spent. Are they going to put it into marketing? Are they going to do a new NFT project?
And again, we're talking about money. We're talking about virtual. We're talking about the bits, the thing.
Yep. And that's the utility is really where the value is. So there's many different kinds of NFTs, right? There's video game NFTs where they are creating a video game centered around these characters that you can buy. You can buy different skins or guns or whatever it is within the universe. And then if someone uses that, like Fortnite is a great example for video game players. But if you can make your character dressed like pretty much anything. But if you have, say, the clown outfit, and you own that, if someone chooses to wear the clown outfit, you can get a little bit of royalty for them using it. The same way you would if a radio plays your song, right? And that brings me to my next point. And this is what really brought me into the NFT universe.
Yeah.
Was music NFTs.
First, we had a conversation about it, and it was a lot of it was a rap artist who did that. And I think, unless I'm mistaken, he sold each one for $1. He sold 1 million. Boom. And they're now going for like 10,000 each, something like that.
And every time one sells, he'll probably get 5% of that sale price.
So you're making that reference to it's the economics of the music industry has now, it's morphing.
Well, I think it's morphing into a very beautiful way. Before, if you wanted to make it, if you wanted to be an awesome musician, right, you've got to sell yourself to a record label. Right. That record label is going to take 60 to 70% of all of your profits. And they're going to take it for themselves. And as an artist, you'll probably only make 30 to 40%. Right? And that's if you have a good contract. Right? Get a lawyer. But with an NFT, you're selling directly to your fans. Right? Say you're a new artist and you made a YouTube video and people liked it. They can buy an NFT of your music, right, which gets you some sales, which gets you some ability to make more music, right? Gives you that money to be able to buy more recording equipment.
But okay, so I get an NFT of who cares? Mumford and Son.
Cool.
Now obviously I can play it. I can listen to it.
Yes.
Can I send it to anybody?
You can. If you send the NFT, you're basically giving their ownership to them. But you can definitely play it for them.
No, right? But I can't. But in other words, I can't send it to. If I send it to them,
you could send them a link to it where they could play it.
Really?
Yeah, definitely. You could make it a YouTube video, right? You could play it on sell it to a radio or give it to a radio station to play. But every time they play it, or every time it's bought and sold, again, this person's going to get a little bit.
But it's the creator, the artist always has to make money, otherwise it's not. It's no good.
They're going to make 80%.
No, I'm not. But
instead of giving 60% of it away to a record label.
I'm totally there, and I was in the record business, so I know it. I know it, and I know it very well. And the whole world of entertainment, it doesn't matter what you want to call it, the arts have been totally revolutionized by technology. Completely revolutionized.
So let me just tell you really quick about one of the NFTs I bought. It's by a guy named Grammatic. He's one of my favorite artists. I've seen him live several times, and he's been into cryptocurrency for quite some time. And he created an NFT, a generative music NFT, where one of his songs is the root, and a computer randomly generates different sounds, different effects, changes the pitch, changes the tempo of the song.
For you.
Yes.
Like the visual of the yacht thing,
exactly.
You get your own.
Exactly. And every single person has their own. I have mine. I can now download the stem and remix it however I want and turn it into my own song. The best part about this, well, at least my favorite part, is that having this NFT is like having a ticket, right? Like I told you. And I get a free ticket to any one of his concerts forever, as long as I'm holding that NFT. There's proof, right, that I own it. It's the non-fungible part. And so instead of buying a ticket to his concert, I can just show them that I own this NFT and just get right in.
We talking about a virtual concert?
No, a real
one.
life concert.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So it does. It still is going between what it call, for the moment we'll call it real and
yeah.
Oh wow, interesting.
Yep. I think in the future we'll have an NFT of a title to a car, and you can buy a car just by selling the NFT of the title. And that shows that now that you have paid money for the title and that you now own the car.
Can I drive this motherfucker?
Absolutely.
On a real road?
They can ship it to you. It'll be a real car. It'll just be a digital title instead of a paper
yeah,
copy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Cool. It's really a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And for me, it's particularly funnish because I have so much baggage that I carry forward, and it just makes it that much more interesting. With the perspective, so it's great fun.
Yeah. Let me share one more thing with you before we close off here.
Yeah.
Another cool part of owning this Grammatic NFT is that they have their own Discord, which is a chat room, if you like, a modern day chat room. But I am able to chat with Grammatic in this chat room. He's very frequent. He talks about his NFT, and I can communicate with him directly, which is just something that I don't think anyone's been able to do in the past before that we can really do now.
So actually, a lot of the artists who get involved, the creators of the NFTs, are actually make themselves actually physically available to communicate with in that world.
Exactly.
What a trip!
Yep.
It's great. I think it's great. It's just things are changing in so many areas. And some are phenomenal like this, and some are really fucking awful. But it's interesting how you could look and say, wow, things are really fucked. And then you have exciting things like this going on. It's great. I really like it. How's our time? Meaning 30 minutes, 28. You're done. We're done? Okay. We should be done?
Well, I mean, you're good. It's 32 minutes.
Oh, no, we should be done. Only because only out of respect for, people's time and stuff.
Absolutely.
I really like this. This is, to me, a lot of fun. And one really quick thing, and we're running over, because I was thinking about sitting here, and if I could be anybody in this world, of this environment, I would want to be like a guy by the name of Dick Cavett. And Dick Cavett, way before, an incredible interviewer. The only thing he didn't do was curse, which I do, but it was such interesting stuff. So these kind of conversations, would be like, oh man, yeah, he would do that. You should check out Dick Cavett.
Okay.
Unbelievable. Anyway, you should say goodbye, and then I'll say goodbye.
All right. Well, thank you very much for listening, and I hope to be back soon. Thank you guys for having me. I really appreciate that.
And again, it's Feinstein of Foster and Feinstein, and with my usual peace and love. God bless.